pressure, we are auto-regulating the flow. F is P over R. So when the pressure changes, P changes, you can still maintain the F because the organ, the brain or the heart or the kidney will change the R in response to the P so that you maintain the F. Okay, so this sentence is also incorrect. Okay, yeah. Now you notice, I don't know whether you noticed so far that all the 7 sentences have been incorrect, right? They're all, yeah, because
Number 1 to 7, yeah, it's already
yeah,
correct.
because so you realize that the questions have been designed in such a way that if you don't read carefully, the response most of the time from the students is true because it sounds correct, it feels right. Okay, but if you read it carefully, and that's the idea for designing this question, in order to highlight certain concept. Okay, so question 1 to 7 are some of my uh, popular questions that I use in cardiovascular physiology, and the same kind of question has been designed for other systems. To design questions so that students will be able to be challenged to think more than one perimeter. Okay, yeah. So 1 to 7 is incorrect. Now, what about question 8 now? Um, this is still on auto-regulation, but I think if I remember the question correctly, I, I didn't bring the question down from Kuala Lumpur to Johor Bahru, but I remember the question. So what do you think of question 8? It's also on auto-regulation, if I remember, on auto-regulation to the brain, right? Cerebral.
In cerebral.
Okay. So read the question again, and based on what we've been discussing, do you think the sentence makes sense? Is correct?
How about Vicky?
Yeah, Vicky.
Yes, Hadir. Sorry, Prof. I'm Vicky Nur Aini. I'm from
Hi, Vicky.
Just read the questions and then answer, is it true?
Yes, I'm question of during exercise, the mean arterial pressure increases when the cardiac output and CPR please. Oh, sorry.
Number 8. I'm sorry, pardon me, number 8.
Yes, sebentar.
Number 8, about cerebral autoregulation.
Okay. Number 8. In cerebral autoregulation, the myogenic response vasoconstrictions when the arterial pressure is high.
So your answer is it true or false?
So just think of that equation we mentioned. F is P over R.
Sorry, Prof. I'm not fluent in English. I read the question, ya, Prof.
Okay. That's fine. Anyone else?
Yes. In cerebral autoregulation, the myogenic response vasocontraction when the arterial pressure is high, Prof.
So what is your opinion? Is it true or is it false?
I'm Clemencia. I want to try to answer.
Hi, Clem.
The question number 8.
Great.
Udah dipersilakan. In cerebral autoregulation, the myogenic response vasoconstrict when the arterial pressure is high. I think it falls because when in the high pressure, the artery will be vasodilator, not vasoconstrict.
Okay, right. So yeah, so we were saying that the brain and the heart has its own way of auto-regulating the flow. And this question has the word myogenic. So in the brain and the heart, there are the two mechanisms that are responsible for auto-regulation is given by the name myogenic mechanism and metabolic. I assume you might have done this in your lecture. Okay, so here is just one of the two ways in which autoregulation happen in the brain. Now, again, if you look at the F is P over R, so the question is, if there is a high pressure in the brain, P is high, in order to maintain F, what do you need to do? If P is high, you want to maintain F, you need to increase R, right? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, to increase R, which is the resistance, do you want the myogenic mechanism to vasoconstrict or vasodilate? You want to increase the resistance.
Vasoconstrict.
Vasoconstrict, yeah. So which means that this myogenic response at the cerebral arteriole is a correct response. So this is the first true sentence, okay? So there is so question 8 is true, yeah. After 7 sentences of false, this is true, yeah. Yeah. Is that okay, Clem? Is it Clem? Are you okay with that? Did I get your name correctly?
Yes, Prof, it's okay.
Yeah. That's fine, yeah. Yeah, so you just go back to that F is P over R. So this is a correct autoregulatory response in the cerebral arterioles of the brain, yeah. Okay, let's move on. Question 9.
Okay, question number 9 about capillary blood flow. Maybe Yayang can help us.
Yeah, Yayang, is it? Yeah, I saw the name, I think. Hi, Yayang Varisa, if you're there.
Okay, you can go back to Nopal.
Nofal, yes?
Yeah, number 9.
Yes, number 9.
Okay. In vivo, capillary blood flow in millimeter per minute is less than that in the veins. Oh. It's just in my opinion that
Yes.
before.
The phrase in vivo, I think you understand, huh? What is in vivo? Huh?
mm,
That means in the body, yeah? In vivo.
Yeah. Flow is less than that in the vein millimeter per minute. Maybe that's a correct statement.
Correct, huh? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is like the election. You have to choose between Trump or Biden. You have to cast your vote. So I don't know whether you've been following. It's getting very exciting. It's just so close, the votes. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted because I've been following the election. Yeah. So you think it's true? Okay. Why do you say it's true?
To be honest, I'm not sure about what I'm saying. I know it's blank, but maybe that's correct.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's good. At least you have an opinion. It's
Sorry, Doc.
no, 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 don't apologize. It's always good to have an opinion. Yeah, it's better to have an opinion because if you don't have opinion, that means you are not voting in the election. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else want to cast your votes for this question? So when I use the word in vivo, it means that we are not comparing one large artery and one small capillary. Okay, so we're comparing the flow through every part of the circulation. So would you expect the flow through the large arteries, the arterial, the capillary, the veins to be the same if it's a closed circuit? You know, the blood, the cardiovascular system is like a it's a closed circuit, right? It's like a Formula race. It's a closed circuit. Okay, it's going round and round. So would you expect the flow volume per minute through every part of that loop, cardiovascular loop, to be the same?
No.
No. So if it is not the same, it's like imagine we sometimes use the word blood traffic. It's like the traffic flow. So if it is a closed loop, the blood flow is going round and round. If the blood traffic flow is not the same in every part, do you think there will be a problem? Think about your traffic flow in Jakarta, if you live in Jakarta. If the flow is smooth, that means the flow is constant, right? Am I right? Through every part of the city, correct? Because if one part is lower, less, one part is more, then you get what is known as traffic congestion, right?
Yes.
So it's the same idea. We actually use a concept of vascular congestion, vascular blood traffic flow congestion. We call it vascular congestion. If there is some problem with blood flow being either reduced for whatever reason. So actually the concept is that if you look at the blood flow volume per minute through every segment, it actually should be the same. We're not talking about velocity. If it's velocity, that means how fast the blood flow, then obviously in the capillary, it is the slowest, and it has to be the slowest so that you get exchange of gases and solutes, okay? The velocity unit is distance per time. This one is volume per time. So if it's volume per time, the volume of blood flow per minute, conceptually, it has to be the same in a normal person through every part of the circulation. So this sentence is not correct because of that. Are you happy with the concept? Yeah. So the blood flow through the capillary is the same as the blood flow through the veins in terms of volume per minute. We're not talking about velocity. Velocity obviously is lowest in the capillary. Okay. So the units in physiology is very important. Okay. Look at the units. Okay. So this sentence is not correct. Okay. So let's move to question 10. If question,
Okay, question number 10 is
Yeah.
about venous return. Maybe I can call again Vicky.
Yes.
Hi, Vicky. Yes.
Number 10. Increase in venous return can produce tachycardia via the vein break reflex. My answer is true, Prof.
It's true.
Yes.
Yeah. You, in your lecture, you have covered vein bridge reflex, have you? Did you do vein bridge reflex in your cardiovascular lectures?
Yes, sir.
Vicky, I can't hear you. Yeah.
Can you repeat your answer?
Yeah, we have some connection. Yeah. So this Bainbridge reflex is covered in your lecture. Is that correct? Anyone?
Correct, Prof.
Yeah, the sound is not so clear. Yeah, the answer is true. Okay, let me just give you an answer. Yeah, the Bainbridge reflex obviously described by somebody called Bainbridge. I don't know his first name. You can Google for his first name later on and tell me, yeah. So the Bainbridge reflex does show this phenomena that if the venous return increases, it tends to produce a tachycardia. Okay. Now, the more important question I want to ask you is not just this observed fact, but what do you think is the importance of the Bainbridge reflex? Why does increased venous return have this effect in increasing heart rate? What is the physiological importance? It's got something to do with trying to maintain some pressure so that it is always low. That's the clue. Okay, I'll give you a further clue. If the venous return is for some reason greater and some pressure might increase in the body, and that might cause some congestion. Okay, so we always try to avoid congestion so that blood will flow smoothly through the body. So with increased venous pressure, what pressure potentially can increase? The pressure starts with the letter C. The second word is V, and of course is pressure lah. CVP. What is CVP? Maybe you have it in the Bahasa Indonesia. C is for
CV, Prof, for CVP is central venous pressure, or in Indonesia tekanan vena sentral.
very good, very good, very good, Rifi. Yeah, I thought it's called central venous pressure. Yeah, that's right. So it's pressure central pusat, is it? Yeah, so the central venous pressure, the reason for the Bainbridge reflex is to maintain a low central venous pressure. Because if you have a great venous return, for some reason is increased, potentially you might increase the central venous pressure. And that, if it happens, may not, it's not good for continual optimal venous return. So the increase in the heart rate, tachycardia, by the Bainbridge reflex is to maintain a low central venous pressure. That's the importance of the Bainbridge reflex. Okay, yeah, so that you can always have the gradient for the blood flow. Right, very good, Rifki. Yeah, let's move on to question. What are we now? 12 or 11?
11.
11. Yeah. Okay.
11. About heart sound. Maybe Clemencia can give her
Clemencia,
opinion.
yes, that's right. Clemencia is here.
Clemencia. Maybe we can go back to Aditya Pamungkas.
Okay.
Okay, number 12.
Yes, benar, true.
Okay, we have here.
I want to try to answer
Okay, great.
the question number 11. The second heart sound is heard after ventricular repolarization.
I think it's true.
I think it's true.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to give a brief
Because because the second heart sound occur at the end of ventricular contraction and identify the onset of ventricular diastole.
Can you repeat it?
The question is the second heart sound is heard after ventricular repolarization. I think it true because the second heart sound occur at the end of ventricular contraction.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is something which I like to do. I will draw the basic ECG on the blackboard or the whiteboard, and then during tutorial I will get students to go to the board and indicate where the first heart sound or the second heart sound is. Now, of course, you can memorize this and may or may not get it correct. But more important is that if you logically reason it out, you can always locate the first and second heart sound on the same time scale as the ECG. The thing to remember is that the first and second heart sound indicate the beginning of systole or the beginning of diastole. So the first heart sound is the beginning of systole, the second heart sound is the beginning of diastole. And of course, we know that